What's up, everybody, and welcome into the number one Group of Five football podcast in the world. This is the Group of Five guys. Our mission is to be the voice for the Group of Five football programs, the voice that the mainstream sports media will not be. We need your help to do that. We need your help. Follow us on all the social media platforms at Group of Five Guys. Go to YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you get your best podcasts. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a 5-star rating, leave a comment, leave a review. Most importantly, tell your family and friends all about us. On this week 2 episode of Inside Drill, coming off of a gigantic in-state rivalry non-conference win against UTSA, we've got Texas State head coach GJ Kinne talking about the game from this weekend and another big one on Thursday night. Hope you enjoy the show. All right, guys, coming off of the biggest win of the weekend, especially in the Group of Five, inserting their name with authority into the college football playoff conversation. Head coach of Texas State, GJ Kinne. Coach, congratulations, first of all, and thank you so much for coming on to hang out with the Group of Five guys.
I appreciate it. I like that video you guys had. Hopefully you had a good time. It looked like you did. Hopefully you hit a couple of the good spots around town. And I was trying not to get distracted. Like, I got a game to play, but these guys looks like they're having some good time.
Yeah, you were dialed in for sure. And we got we'll see. There's gonna be plenty more videos to come out.
Nice.
Hopefully not too many of them are rated PG-13 or anything like that. But
well,
that's a great city. It's a great town,
marvelous.
man.
Sam Marvelous.
That's it. That's exactly right. Well, Coach, first of all, congrats on the win. But talk about, that whole weekend. We got there Friday morning, and you just knew it was, Super Bowl was in town. That atmosphere, that tailgate, that game day. Talk about how important having that was for y'all to get it done on Saturday.
Yeah, it was. It was huge. I think obviously it was a big game for everybody. Obviously for the football team and the coaching staff and the university. I mean, just all the dynamics that went into that game. The implications on, like, talked about the playoffs and just so much riding on that game and didn't feel great about the way we played a year ago in that game. It was year one, and I kept on telling myself that, but man, just really, really proud of the staff and the players and just really everyone involved, how we came out and performed. The city of San Marcos, the university, I mean, it was a performance all the way around, not just on the football field. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. And Coach, from the opening snap, you guys go down, you have the turnover right away, but the defense, they were locked in from the moment the game started and they got out there. They get that huge stop that really the momentum could have swung their way if they go down and score right away, but they have the stop and just played lights out. How did you feel about your defense this week?
I felt good about my defense for a while now. I think, Coach McCoy, our defensive coordinator, and that defensive staff do an unbelievable job recruiting, evaluating, scheme. Got some really good football coaches in that room, and I think it's starting to come together. And you saw it the first half of the Lamar game, and then you're trying to get up and get those guys going again in the second half, and with UTSA the next week, and then you come out and start the way we did versus UTSA, and man, I thought that was about as good of a game defensively in college football that you can play versus a quality opponent like that, like versus UTSA. I mean, that's a really good football team now. So, just super proud of those guys and kind of everything they were able to do on Saturday.
Coach, everybody, us included, are singing your praises. Everybody's all fired up. Obviously, it's a big win, but you got another massive game and on a short week. So what was the process like? Did you get them right back in Sunday morning? Or what was the process like to say, hey, congrats, but we can't take our foot off the gas here?
Yeah, that was probably the good and bad about that, right? Like, you beat a rival for the first time ever, you put on a really good performance and you want to go celebrate, and you're like, well, we play in a couple of days, guys. One of those type deals. So, you know, we let, obviously, after the game, go do your thing, and then on Sunday we got him back up here, met with the leadership council, kind of the messaging for the week, and staff. We had to put that game to bed, and then I let him go at Sunday after that. So we lifted, we ran, we met, that kind of deal, and then we let him go. Like, hey, go relax. You got school tomorrow. Go catch up on any homework you got to do. And then we were back at it this morning. It's Monday, right? Today's Monday. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
we were back at it this morning, and so this day's kind of like a combination of a Tuesday and Wednesday practice. We had pads on. We were out there getting after it a little bit, because this is going to be a physical game. And I didn't want to just walk through. When I was in the NFL, sometimes those Thursday night games, we just straight walk all that whole time. And so there's a part of me that maybe that's the right thing to do. I just, with the physicality that Arizona State plays with, man, I felt like we needed to put the pads on today and get after it a little bit, and still be smart now. And then tomorrow will be like a regular Thursday for us. And then Wednesday will be a Friday. And on Thursdays, we walk, no sweat Thursday, and then fast Fridays. And then we go out there and play.
Now, Arizona State's coming. They're 2-0, rolling into town, beating Wyoming and then Mississippi State. What do you see out of them? What are you kind of expecting? And give us a little preview into that game, what they do.
Yeah, I think it starts with the running back. That guy, he's leading the country in rush yards. Unfortunately for myself, this is the second time I've played him. He was the running back at Sac State when I was at UIW, and we played him in the playoffs. So after that game, I was like, who is that guy right there? We found out pretty quick, and then he entered the portal, and I think I was his first offer. It was kind of like a funny deal, because I got the Texas State job, and he got in the portal, and I offered him, and I played him the night before. It's kind of a weird deal, but so I've been a fan of his for a really long time. He's a really special player. Like, he's really special. He's really good. So that's unfortunate for us. And then I think Kenny Dillingham is an unbelievable coach, young guy. Kind of similar paths as myself. We've worked for some similar people, and Gus Malzahn, Mike Norvell, I played for him. He was the receiver coach, pass game coordinator, offensive coordinator, or co-offensive coordinator at Tulsa while I was there. And that's kind of where he really, who he started with in the collegiate game at Arizona State, then Memphis, then Florida State. So, we have a lot of coaching tree crossing of paths, and so I think really highly of him, and just look at what he's kind of done from year one to year two, and the roster that he's built, and the physicality that they play with, and I just think he's a really good coach and a really good evaluator, and that's a great place as well, Arizona State. So it's going to be a big time game on Thursday.
Coach, you mentioned the running back in the portal a little bit, and you guys have been, since you've been at Texas State, you guys have crushed the portal. So what's the message you're sending to the recruits and the guys in the portal, and what's getting them to Texas State?
Y'all experienced it this weekend, guys.
All you got to do is get them there, man.
Just take them to the river.
All you got to do is get them here. We have a great university. I think we have a unbelievable coaching staff. I think we have a great scheme on both sides of the ball and special teams. We play an exciting brand of football. And a lot of these guys that take back Texas really like, hey, not only in the high school ranks, but hey, maybe you went to whatever, Oregon, and you're from Austin and you want to come back home, hey, come here, let's do it. One of those type deals. You're going to play a great brand of football. We beat Baylor a year ago. We just beat UTSA. You're going to play on ESPN. So I think there's a lot to sell here.
Absolutely. And we got to spend quite a bit of time with President Danfus and the athletic director, Don. We've been all over the country, and we get to see different situations, and you guys seem like you got from top to bottom, university to the head coach. Like, you guys are all lockstep. Everyone gets it, especially Danfus. He's like a rock star. I've never really
No,
seen that at a university, and it just talk a little bit about that and how that benefits you as a coach.
Yeah, he's a stud for sure. He's just been awesome since the interview process. You know, I was fortunate enough to interview for a couple other jobs, and I told my wife, like, man, I hope Texas State is offers first or give me that opportunity, because I can just tell these guys are hungry. And I already knew about the location. I'm a Texas guy, so I knew about the location, the university, like with that president and meeting Don and just the untapped potential, that was here. I think I said in my press conference, like, the right guy got this job, watch out. And you kind of see that unfolding a little bit right now. But I think you're right. It starts with the big boss and President Danfus.
Coach, we talked about the environment from Saturday. And, you have a big name opponent coming in on Thursday. How important is it going to be to have that crowd, have those students in there at kickoff, be there the whole game, and be loud in order for you guys to get it done again?
Yeah, for sure. It's going to take everybody again. And I thought the students were unbelievable versus UTSA, and we're going to need them again on Thursday. ESPN, and you want to show well, right? You want, when ESPN goes across there, you want to have this thing packed out, have the student section packed out. Giving those guys hell on the sideline. I mean, that's part of it. I mean, that's what big time college football is all about, and we're going to have a lot of top recruits here, and it's going to be an opportunity for us to go out there and really put on a show, and so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it was absolutely electric last week, and obviously it's a long season ahead. You got a lot of games left to play, but I mean, your team the message is every week you got to focus on the task at hand. But do you guys talk about it all? The potential of getting that playoff spot, or you just focused on week to week?
No, it really has been week to week. And I know, people talk enough on Twitter and our president talks about it. So I'm not like blind to it. And our guys, understand, kind of what's going on. But I think for me, from a head coach, I don't think that messaging has ever been that. I think it's always been about, spring and fall camp. Hey, let's get better. Let's concentrate on us. And then when the game week gets here, it's all about that opponent that week. And I think it just has to be that way. I mean, I just too much if you do it the other way.
Yeah.
You and Coach John Summerall with your rat poison message.
Love it.
You gotta get that across to the players.
Yeah, no doubt. And he's a great coach himself. They were in a big time game. I was pulling for those guys, man. He's an unbelievable coach and a great person, and so always pulling for Coach Summerall.
Well, Coach, we can't thank you enough for coming on and hanging out with us for a few minutes. Rooting for you guys. We try to remain relatively neutral when it's G5 on G5, but damn it, we're pulling for you hard on Thursday night.
Love it.
And I know we got the rest of the group of 5 fans pulling for y'all Thursday, so we can't wait to watch you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And man, y'all got an awesome gig going, man. And it was great to see you, and appreciate you coming to Sam Marvelous and checking us out, and glad we were able to put on a big time performance for you and the university as well. And I'm looking forward to that video. You gave us like a little sneak peek, man. Come on, you got to give us the real thing.
Little teaser. Well, it's supposed to be a little mini documentary. 48 Hours in San Marcos is the title. So
I love it. Can't wait.
But Coach, thank you so much. GJ Kinne, head coach of Texas State. Massive game Thursday night versus Arizona State in San Marcos. Coach, thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
What do you think, Jeff?
I mean, I think his team embodies the kind of mojo that he gives off. He's just like locked in.
He is, for a young guy, he really is. He really is locked in.
He really is. And I think, I mean, that defense, and he said it, and I agree with him. I think that's one of the best defensive performances that I've personally seen, for sure, in person. But even just like watching a game on TV, like they were flying around, playing with reckless abandon all over the field. I mean, if their defense plays like that, I don't know. I don't know who's going to beat them. And earlier in the week, we dropped our poll, and people were wondering why Texas State was so high in our poll. Go watch that game. UTSA is not a scrub. Go watch that game. It was domination from start to finish.
Well, and they got dudes. I mean, you know what I'm always looking for out there, Jeff. And we had the pleasure of
Dudes
actually
and
talking to
calves.
a couple of Senior Bowl scouts or NFL scouts, and they ain't there if there ain't dudes out there.
No question.
So they were looking at some guys, especially on that defense. They got those pass rushers that looked the part, and they absolutely looked the part. And they performed really well on Saturday. They're going to need to be really good on Thursday. That's the interesting thing, right? We talk about that all the time, coming off of a big win. And this happens everywhere, right? You look at Notre Dame. Just happened to Notre Dame this weekend. Come off a big win versus Texas A&M, and then you come back, and you get beat by NIU. And you can't have that. Now, Arizona State's on a short week also, and their game went real late. I mean, their game didn't get over till midnight, 1:00 in the morning on Saturday. So both of them coming off short weeks, not a super far distant travel for Arizona State. But man, I just hope San Marcos gets after it like they did on Saturday. I hope, and this is my hope for all the group of five, and this is my hope for why we do this entire thing, is my hope is that those students that showed up on Saturday, got done with that day, woke up on Sunday and said, man, that was one of the best days of my life. Let's do it again.
Yeah, no doubt.
And they keep doing it again. And then those kids, Texas State keeps winning when they show up. That's obviously going to help. And then, those kids graduate, they get jobs, they start making money, they start giving back to the school, they start giving back to athletics, they keep coming back. Maybe they just move their tailgate over a few spaces. Their younger brothers come out, and here we go. And now you have generations and generations of fans, which is, look, the real reason why the Power 4 schools are what they are, because of generation after because they might have been good generations ago. That's why they're still talked about in the media, and they still have the fans that they have. But it's up to y'all, man. It's up to you students now to change that. And you keep coming back, they'll keep winning.
No question.
And it'll be fun.
And you got to think on a Thursday night, I'm sure some students leave on the weekends. Got to think that there's going to be even more students on campus. They got to be around, right?
Oh.
And go to this game. Like, I cannot stress it enough. You made a huge difference last Saturday, and you can make the same huge difference on Thursday, and they're going to need it, because he talked about it. This running back is really, really good. This is Arizona State. They beat Wyoming. They beat Mississippi State. Mississippi State was a lot closer. But it's gonna be electric environment again. I really think it is.
Man, Jeff, if they get it done on Thursday night, what a message sent! What a message sent! There will be you won't be able to deny Texas State at that point.
Nope.
You have the UTSA win. You just say, look, hey, how about Arizona State, who has an SEC win under their belt now? So
you know what this also does is it gives a whole lot of credibility to the Sun Belt Conference, which we've talked about that, with who's the bigger Group of 5 conference, the American or the Sun Belt. Well, they just took one of the top teams in the American down. I really think UTSA is going to still be in the hunt in that conference. Like, don't get it twisted. They're a good team. Traylor's a great coach. They're going to continue to improve and get better. But if they take down the American team and take down a Big 12 team, hey, kudos to the Sun Belt.
What are you going to say, Jeff? Well, I think, Texas State, I'll give you the credit for this. You've been on the Texas State train.
You're welcome.
It's longer than I have, and seems like it is finally coming to fruition for you.
A lot of trains in San Marcos, too.
There are a lot of trains. Hop on. Hop on the train because we're moving. Buddy, could you imagine? I mean, I don't want to. If there's any Texas State players, if you're listening to this, put your earmuffs on. This is going to be rat poison. Could you imagine a home playoff game in that place? I mean, my God.
We'll be there.
Yeah,
I'm just calling. Yeah. I'm saying that right now.
No doubt about that. There ain't no doubt about that.
If there's a home playoff game in San Marcos, Texas, we will be there with bells on. Actually, you know what would happen, Sprouse? You know what would happen? We would file for media credentials, and they'd probably deny us.
No, come on.
Because at that point, it'll be.
It comes to the bowl
or the committee or
Yeah,
the
they wouldn't want
CFP.
us here.
They wouldn't want us.
No, you know what they would do if that happened. This is what they would say. Let's just play hypothetical here.
Then I'm
You
going to
got
Danfus himself, straight to the top.
straight to the president. Yeah. Well, no, this is what they would do to us, Jeff, and this is what they would do to Texas State. You'd be let's just say, okay, let's just play hypothetical. They're the 8 and they're playing the 9, and the 9 seed is you know, I don't know. Trying to think Oklahoma, Texas A&M or something, and they're going to be like, well, we're going to have to move this game. We don't have enough hotels in San Marcos. We're going to have to move this to a nice neutral site, and it'll be and it'll be I don't even know where the hell A&M's at, but it'll be way
College
closer
Station.
to A&M than it would be to put it in Dallas. Yeah, put it in Dallas or something like that.
They might do that, but I would hope that there's no way they would
No,
fight
I don't think
tooth
they
and
would do
nail
that because they already have
tooth and
have
nail.
the next round.
Well, I mean, as far as the hotel situation, Austin's like 25, 30 minutes. And then you have San Antonio on the
And
other
San
side.
Antonio's on the other side.
So I think they're fine from a hotel standpoint. I just hope they wouldn't be like, well, you need a bigger stadium because it only
a
holds
bigger stadium.
whatever. That's when you bring in the bleachers,
Bring
the
in
extra
the bleachers. I mean, what do you have? Where do you have space for it? I mean, you're just going to have to postpone that construction in the end zone.
Just tear down the construction wall.
Yeah,
You
start
just
it over.
Move that puppy back a little bit, and then
Bring in another 10,000.
Yeah,
Plenty,
no doubt.
plenty of room. But man, that would I don't want to get too excited, but I can't wait for that game Thursday night. That's the only game Thursday night, isn't it?
I think so.
Tell you what, I am making a declaration right now. If DirecTV hasn't figured it out by then, I'll have to switch.
Well, I gotta let you know, I canceled
Did
DirecTV
you?
and I got YouTube TV.
Did you?
I did. I couldn't do it anymore.
Hmm.
And
Trying to hold the line.
What's it called? My little like package. You know, you got to sign up where it's a deal like that expired. So then my price shot way up. So now I'm paying a little bit less for YouTube TV.
Well, so I'm gonna have to look into it, but I don't want to. I'm trying to hold the line. I've been brand loyal to DirecTV for years, dude.
Me too. I know. Me too.
Years. But
Can't do it.
anyway, can't thank Coach Kinne enough. Drew, thanks for setting this up for us. To everybody at Texas State, again, I mean, we cannot say thank you enough. Cannot praise what they have going on there enough. If you don't know and appreciate the university that you go to and the president and athletic director and the coaches at your school, man, you don't want to see what it's like at other places because you got it going on there. You got it going really good. So show out, support that team, support the NIL, support the athletic department. Most important thing though, man, go to the games. That's what you can do. That is the most important thing. I promise it makes a difference. I promise they'll keep winning. And, hey, players, don't you go out there and lay no damn egg after a big win. Don't do it. But can't thank you guys enough. If you like the show, make sure you hit the follow button on all the social media platforms at Group of Five Guys. Subscribe to the channel. Give us a 5-star rating. Leave a review anywhere you get your podcast, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Or you can go to group-of-5guys.com, get you some Group of Five Guys merch like that shirt Jeff's got on right there. Cannot wait to see y'all Wednesday morning, 6 a.m. Eastern time. Special guest talking NIL, talking transfer portal. We'll see you Wednesday morning. Out of here.